Hey guys, I thought I would get on here and give you guys a short little garden tour. Short. It's never short. Who am I kidding? But I know I haven't graced you with one yet this year, basically. And things have changed quite a lot. All of this is new. So let me give you just a quick, I'll try to make it quick, just explanation of what we got going on here. So this bed, I planted a bunch of beans and only like 2 of them came up. So I may end up redoing this space. It's still very sparse. As you can see, my stevia actually came back from last year, so that's fun. I'll have plenty of that to harvest. I didn't plant that sunflower. It just grew, and then the wind knocked it over, and now it's still trying to grow. And then I've got some holy basil, Tulsi, which is what this is. I've read that it's really good for any kind of mental discomfort. Like, it's a very calming, it helps with anxiety. Like, it's really great in tea. It doesn't taste great. It kind of tastes like cat pee, not gonna lie. But if you add it in with like some peppermint tea or some lemon balm, it's actually, you kind of disguise it and it's not so bad. I did actually plant this sunflower and it is towering. It is very, very happy. Got some zinnias along here. They're quite happy. This is a swamp milkweed. I will probably move it. It doesn't need to be right here, but it's growing very lovely. It's very happy. These are muncher cucumbers. They're like gherkin style pickles. Like, that's usually, this is the cucumber that we use. So they're very small. I'm not seeing any actual fruit. I guess there's one. You see how little that is. Is quite small. My other cucumbers are not doing quite as well. These are my favorite pimento peppers. I haven't gotten anything off of there yet. I've got some that are falling off, which kind of makes me sad, but there are still some that are growing, so those are doing okay. I'm not sure that they really like being this close to the carport, so I may experiment with a different location next year. On this other side, I've got Love in a Mist here. The flowers are beautiful, and the seed pods are quite unique. And they reliably come back for me every single year. I love them. They're lovely little flowers. Sunbright bell peppers. I've never tried them before. That's an experiment. Over here, I've got some mammoth basil. I'm trying this variety because the leaves are very big, and the goal is to use it as like a wrap instead of bread and like sandwich style stuff. So as you can see, I've got all this area mulched. The reason I have done that is because I want to use this space. So I'm gonna do both in ground and in these little container guys. It's really working out pretty well so far. Also, I don't have to mow or weed eat, which makes me happy. Got a little watermelon down in here. These are sweet potatoes. These are actually white Japanese sweet potatoes that I grew from slips. That worked out very, very well. I will certainly be doing that again in the future. Over here we've got garlic. These are cowpeas, I believe. They will be climbing this trellis, hopefully. Got some more little peppers over here. Those are not doing well. They're taking a while, I should say. These are shishitos. Shishito peppers. It's my first time ever trying them, and I'm very excited to see how well they do. I've got a bunch of little babies on here, honestly. I've heard nothing but good things. Like, blistered shishitos is apparently a thing. Got some more zinnias because you can never have enough zinnias. Mint. Always put mint in containers because it will take over everything if you don't do that. And then fennel. Fennel's a bully. Fennel is legit a bully in the garden. I love it because it's great for the rabbits. But also, if you ever let it flower, it will pop up all over the place. So I feel like I've pulled up more than I've planted in my life. All right. More beanies over here. This is the rattlesnake pole bean. They're like variegated. They're just now starting to climb the trellis, so I'm quite excited about that. I've got my squash growing on the, what are these? These are temporary fence posts. Because it's much easier to just come down here and check and see, looking for squash bugs underneath leaves. And it works quite well, actually. It's also easier to harvest. And yeah, good stuff. Those are just little yellow straight neck squash. The corn over here is starting to tassel, which is a bit early, but you know, here we go. This is not a weed. I know it looks like one. It is an Italian dandelion, and I planted it as an experiment, and it is still an experiment, and it makes me actually really happy. So I like those fun, unique things. There's more. These are dragon tongue beans, so they're kind of like half runner beans. They're probably going to take over this whole bed. I've got them all the way up that side. These are chickpeas, garbanzo beans. They are nice and lush and happy and fluffy. I shouldn't have let these go to flower, but you can see right in front of me why I decided to. I absolutely love bees. They make me so happy, and these leeks, their flowering makes the bees happy. So you know what? We'll just share the happiness. I've got some okra in here. This is a new variety I've not tried before, called Jing. It is orange when it is ripe. It's taking its sweet time to get going. And I got some more zucchini over here. Again, it's on the fence posts as well. And then these are beans. These are more beans. This is a dry bean. This is black turtle beans. So, and I've got a marigold kind of popping up in there. Interplanting. It's very good. Very good. This is a different variety of okra. I want to say Hill Country. Yeah, Hill Country Red. So I'm very, very excited about this kind because it's thick. Typically, your okra it's going to be kind of thin and long. These guys are fat. They're like short and squatty, or at least they are according to what the package says. So we'll see. I've heard good things about them. Again, they're taking their time. Okra doesn't really want to get going until it's like 90 degrees all day, every day. Like, it loves the dog days of summer. I've got some cayenne peppers over here, just as a little experiment. I've never really grown cayenne before. This is another kind of... There's an anole. Hey, buddy. I love lizards in the garden. They're such a big help. Anyway, this is sweet corn. This is like a hybrid sweet corn I just had a bunch of seeds for, and I'm like, you know what, I'll just put it in the ground. And yeah, I have it between onions. Don't ask me why. I just decided I was going to cram everything in here that I possibly could, including these other cucumbers. These are Silver Slicer. They are clearly not happy with the amount of space I gave them. So I may end up putting others in a different location. These sweet peas need to be ripped out. This is a hot mess. I don't really care. I thought these were rutabagas. They were turnips. Anyway, the rabbits have been enjoying eating those because they got way buggy way fast. And then this, I'm kind of excited about. This is jicama, whatever. It's like a apple potato is what they call it. It's really good for your gut. I didn't plant this. This is some kind of squash buddy that's made itself at home, and I love that. Seriously, volunteers just make my life in the garden. I didn't like, if I don't have to plant something and I can still harvest off of it. There's a little watermelon down here too. That's what that guy is. I might let him grow too. I think this might be a butternut squash, but I'm just guessing until I find some actual fruit. The tomatoes are doing great, just climbing right away. The hops are not doing as well this year. Not so sure what that's about, but you know, whatever. Got some more zinnias kind of popping up over on this edge of the bed. And this whole space, I have kind of gone a little crazy. Can you imagine that, right? Hey, Dixie. So we're going for like food forest theme over here. We're just going to kind of let things go wild and see. I've planted some herbs. I planted all kinds of stuff. So I'm trying to do tea garden stuff too. That's lemon verbena right there. This is a Stayman winesap apple. I love using Stayman winesaps in peppers, or not peppers, in jelly, in butters, all kinds of good stuff. This is kind of my apple block. So apple. So got 4 of them right here in this little diamond shape kind of thing. that I have going on. You want to talk about planting things, not planting things and harvesting off of them. So this is blue spice basil. That's what that is right there too. I didn't plant any of these this year. They all came back from the previous year, and there's still a lot of seedlings coming up. That is what all of those seedlings are. I love that. It makes me really, really happy. So the cool part about it is, like, you might want to say it's invasive. I don't really think the word invasive is right, because I can very easily remove them. Invasive plants are not easy to remove. This is a Japanese black what is it? How do you say the word? Futsu squash? Yeah, something like that. I'm not sure. Anyway, it's my first time growing that guy, but he's happy. He's happy. I've got a lot of pumpkins and squash type things going out here. That's a little baby cantaloupe that's not terribly happy. Flipping roly-polies, little isopod guys keep trying to eat all my seedlings. This space is all totally new, aside from the blackberries and raspberries that are back in that corner. I planted these 2 cardoons today, which is why they are not happy. They're droopy because they didn't like their roots being disturbed. I took them out of these containers. Like, these containers are way too full, so I kind of spaced some things out over here. This is my blackberry spot. It's doing really well this year. Got tons and tons of fruit on there. I'm not using this. It's way too hot. I am using this, however. I really, really dig this planter. It's really fun. Got a bunch of status and, I mean, just all kinds of, lots of strawberries, all kinds of random stuff in here. This is a lemon mint Monarda. Interested to see how that does in tea. That's pretty much why I planted it. Yeah, just random herbs, status. I'm kind of a fool for status. I love the way it looks when it flowers, and I plant it every year and then I don't ever do anything with it. I didn't mean to grow this. So this is Silver Falls Dichondra. It just came up. There's like multiple ones in here. They just kind of popped up in here. So they came back from seed from somewhere, which makes me really happy. This is the luxury pie pumpkin. Those are really, really good. This one is a Dutch fork pie pumpkin, which I am hyped about because it is an heirloom, specifically in like South Carolina. It does really, really well, so I'm excited to see it doing well here. My blueberries, I decided to protect from the birds because the birds were, yeah, they were getting to it way before me. This is it's not a Jairedale. What is it? It's another pumpkin, but I want to say, I don't see the tag. I did actually tag all of my stuff this year, but it doesn't really help you if you can't find them. Yeah, that's another pumpkin. Or butternut squash. Something like that. Got some peaches out here doing pretty well. And then, again, with these sunflowers, I didn't plant them. They're just popping up. Same with this watermelon plant down here. One really good skill in terms of like gardening is identifying seedlings. It takes time, but you know, it's a good thing to know. My elderberry is doing swimmingly. I am very proud of it. It is beautiful and it makes me very happy. And then the mulberry did great this year. I got tons and tons of fruit off of it. But now it needs some pruning. It's like floppy and floopy and it's not great. Doing great down here. The pecan, I don't know if we'll get fruit this year. Honestly, I don't really mind if we don't get fruit. It just makes me happy because we're in the South and we need pecans. And then, yeah, the yarrow underneath it's kind of going crazy, but that's okay. The coneflower next to it is very happy in that spot. There are flowers. I mean, this thing is just loaded with flowers. It's kind of crazy. I don't think I've ever seen a coneflower with that many buds on it before. At least not in my yard. Anyway, makes me super happy. Figs doing pretty good. This little baby, this is a Chicago hardy fig. It has a fig on it. Makes me really happy. This guy is coming back from the roots again. I don't know if it'll flower this year or whatever. It had figs all over it last year, and none of them were ripe. So whatever. Pinto beans. Got another kind of squash over here. Another kind of meandering. This is a sweet dumpling. Another new one for me. That is hummingbird mint. Absolutely love that color. Just makes me really, really happy. More sunflowers. More mint. The verbena. I've really got stuff all over the place in here. So that's thyme. That's lemon basil. And then that's another hummingbird mint that's a different color. And then this was the pumpkin, again, that I already showed you guys. As you can see, I can kind of get lost out here, which is really fun for me. But I also lose a lot of time. This nasturtium is blooming and is happy, and it's very bright and vibrant, and it makes me happy too. Yeah, I've got more herbs and stuff out here too, but the other thing is, I said this was going to be short, and it's not short. This is my little pawpaw, my little wild type pawpaw. He's quite happy in this location, which is excellent. And then my button bush over here, it is just now starting to get into flower really well. It looks like there is a bee on literally every single flower on this plant. Plant for pollinators, friends. You will not regret it. All right. I said it was going to be short. This is like over 15 minutes. So that was my garden tour. I actually have much more garden I could show you, but this is my fruit production focused area. So yeah, there you go. Let me know if you got any questions or anything you guys want to see. Thanks for tuning in over at Harvey Cat Homestead. Have a great day.